Hello, everybody. How are you? Hopefully, you're doing fine. Let me just get this right. Okay, I have one person listening to me. Maybe I should start. I'll just wait some more seconds and then I'll start discussing my installation. Um, 1 minute has passed. So I'll give it I'll just email Selma. So all right. Thanks, Selma, for the warning. I'm going to start. So thank you. Thanks for hearing me about my work, and also thanks Selma and everybody that is involved in this exhibition to have invited me to present my work. So my name is Filipe Lopes. I'm a composer, media artist, mostly doing sonic art, and I'm also a teacher. My work, the work that I presented in the Destinies of the Senses, it's called Old New Technologies, and it started. I started to think about doing something relating time perception and old technologies a while ago. Maybe 2 years, 1 year ago, I guess. And the situation is actually quite simple. We are always in a constant rush. We're always feeling delay. We're always feeling late. We're always seeing many things happening at the same time. And at least to me, that felt something very struggling. That felt we are always being late, and that actually affects our daily life. The feeling of always being late, of always feeling that you're missing something or you're skipping something. So I started to do a little bit of research on how do we humans feel the passage of time, and why was I feeling like this. And I guess what I've discovered is that many of these aspects are quite related to digital technologies. And in modern days, in modern life, we are always surrounded by digital technologies, by computers, by microchips, internet. I mean, it's all over the place. So this is something that we are now used to live with. And yeah, you got Internet of Things. You always seem that you're feeling absorbed by these technologies. But this feeling of being in rush uh, does not match the speed, at least, that digital technologies can give you. Um, so my idea with digital technologies was to mix it with analog technology, or actually old technologies, not old, analog maybe, and to do some work on the aim was to delay time. The aim was to delay the time. Um, yes, so it's during my research, I discovered that there is a kind of human rhythm to life, and it has to do with our bodies, the way we move, the way we breathe. It is related to the sun, to the moon, to the cycle of a day, 24 hours. This is all. This all encompasses a specific rhythm that is very much human, at least from what I've read. And with digital technologies, um, the speed of the digital technology, of the digital technological world, the speed to which it moves, to which it changes, to which it gets to us, it's super fast. And somehow there is a clash between what we felt was a natural sort of rhythm, sort of perception of time, and what you get with digital technologies, which are always coming to your face, or always telling you how late you are. And it's very funny because you kind of start to notice these many different things when you open a newspaper. For instance, online, you'll most probably get a kind of ad telling you that buy now, buy in the next 10 minutes to get a discount. If you buy now, you have one for that you're going to be late. It's ubiquitous on the internet, and you get all of this information constantly. You might not even notice, but they are always there. And then this is also translated to your daily life, to your work, let's say. As I said, I'm a higher education teacher, and I'm always getting emails, fundings, concerts, things to do, things that I should be doing. And yeah, you're always, your clock does not match the what you get with digital technologies. So I don't know if we are going to change our perception of time and deal with the speed of technology, or not. But at the present day, let's say, we are very much dependent on the digital technologies. So I don't know how we are going to get a balance between what you can do online and with the internet and the digital technologies, and our own way of living, of passing time, of spending time not doing anything particularly interesting, but that's also important. So this is more or less the background for my work. You got this on the one hand, you got this digital technology work and time that imposes on human nature, and then you got on the other hand uh, the human rhythm, which is much more much more it's not late, but delayed. It has another speed. So I wanted to do something that could work also as a catharsis for myself. I was feeling very nervous, very angry sometimes, and I suppose that I wanted to do something to deal with this aspect. I didn't want to deny it. I'm a very technological guy. I like to program. I like to work with hardware, with software. But at the same time, I also like to have my time and not feeling always in a hurry. So this work is also a catharsis for myself. So what I had is an old telephone from my grandmother, actually. I had this telephone for quite a while, and I wanted to do something with it. Um, so I decided to pick up on this telephone and decided to. Sorry, let me just turn this off. Actually, I got an old telephone. I'm not using smartphones anymore. That was also a change. I changed a lot of things. Social network, I quit smartphones. So I'm only left with Arduinos, computers, sensors, and programming. Things that I like, things that I can do art with. Well, but getting back to what I was saying, I had this old rotary telephone from my grandmother, and I wanted to do something with it. So I decided that, okay, if I want, you cannot escape this constant rush that digital technologies and current society sort of imposes you, with emails, with giving answers, with always in a rush. So you cannot avoid this. What I wanted to do is create a sort of getaway. So it would be something like a room that you could go to this room, and you would pick up this old rotary telephone, and you would call, and you would get an audiovisual postcard. And for 2 minutes or 3 minutes, you would be relaxed, just enjoying what you're receiving, both sound and visuals. So that's what I wanted to do. Is of a phone call to get out of reality, and then coming back a little bit fresher, a little bit less stressful, more peaceful, let's say. So I pick up this telephone. I connected it to an Arduino and started to get in touch. How could I dial a number and get the Arduino to know which number I was dialing? It felt quite easy before I started to do it. I mean, that's what happens most of the time. We think it's super easy, and then it's not that easy. But I managed to get the code, which I could know if someone picked up the telephone and which number did it dial. So okay, now what I want to do with this, I was having in mind this idea of another visual postcard, because in terms of sound, this would be quite near you, quite personal. Sound, you're not sharing with anybody else, just yourself. And the visuals are always going to be showed to everybody that is on the room. So I decided to have a very big projection, and this would invite you or help the person that is dialing the phone to be completely immersed on this. I wanted to have a very large disproportion between the human body and the visuals. So this should be overwhelming. So the typical situation would be someone going to the room, picking up the phone, dial, and get another visual postcard that was quite huge in terms of visuals, but the sound would be very intimate. So now, what kind of audio postcards should I get to do this? Since I'm not a very visual kind of guy, I ask friends, directors, cinema directors, and people that do photography and videos. I ask them to create different videos. I explain them this idea of passing time, the urgency that digital technologies kind of impose to us, and I ask them to create create some videos for that. So I'd ask João Leal, Rosana, Pedro Afonso, Francisca Dores. I guess that's all. I hope I'm not forgetting anyone. Mariana Barros, yes. So I asked them. Their work is quite different. So I wanted different videos, different visual information, not visual experience, not information. Yes, I wanted to create. I wanted to have in the installation different video scenarios, experiences. So I asked people that do very different approaches, let's say. And I wanted to do the sound for the videos. I did for most of them, but I didn't do for João Leal and Rosana. They had already sound, and they wanted to use that sound. So for Francisca, for Pedro, and for Mariana, I did the sound for the videos. So yes, you get this very basic situation, but at the same time, hopefully interesting. You go into a room, the room is silent, you see an old rotary telephone, and you get an image of a clock. And since then, I've updated the introduction video. So when the phone is put down, before you had this old rotary telephone, now you get a sort of strange clock, like, well, Alice in the Wonderland kind of thing. I changed that, so you get this typical situation is someone entering the room, seeing a very big projection of a strange clock and an old rotary telephone lying there in the middle of the room. So you go to this old rotary telephone, you pick up the telephone, and then the video updates, and you'll see a list of numbers that you can dial, the name of the video, and then a number that you can dial. So people usually start to dial the numbers, and as soon as you finish dialing, you'll get the video. The video starts, and then for 1 or 2 minutes, hopefully, you cannot travel to another place. You cannot travel to the place where these audiovisual postcards suggest you to go. And then when the video gets to the end, it comes back to the previous image. So you get, again, the numbers and the videos. And if you want, you can dial another video, get another experience, let's say. Or you can just pick up telephone down and get back to the reality of being late, of being in a rush. I think there's a specific paradox between my installation and what I propose in terms of perception of time, because I'm always talking that we are always in a rush, and I asked for my artist friends to do very short videos, and that might be something that is strange. But I didn't want to do very large videos because this would be just a small getaway, like when somebody goes outside for a smoke or goes for a beer with friends and then comes back. This is just another experience of going back of the reality and then coming back. Hopefully more interesting than going for a smoke or for a beer. At least it's healthier, that's for sure. But hopefully you'll enjoy this experience. So that's pretty much sort of a desire to merge old and new things. It's also an investigation about the perception of time. Yes, and I guess that's it. Feel free to ask me something in the chat. I think I can see. Yes, I can see the chat. So please do ask me. I'm going to upload the code and the documentation of how to wire the analog telephone to the Arduino. But actually, I haven't found time. It deals with time, and I'm always late. So I will do it, hopefully. So if there are no questions, thank you. I hope I made myself clear. I didn't speak English for a long time, so it got stuck in the beginning, but now it's more fluid. Okay, so thanks, Selma, for inviting me, and I guess I'll see you soon again. So yes, bye bye. Thank you all for watching. Feel free to visit my website. It's Filipe Lopes, my name, .net. You'll find there some other works, and you'll also find the video for this one. Yes, so thanks again, and see you another time.